Hello everyone and welcome to eng.noha.sheta YouTube channel where we learn some practical stuff that will be beneficial for us in our work. Today we will resume with DAX in Power BI. For example, if we have an Excel sheet as data source like the one shown here, that is related to supermarket data. For example, we have the invoice ID, city, customer, gender, and all the details related to the supermarket. And we want to summarize this table and only resulted to a column that will be useful for us. What we should do with DAX. Okay, let's start. Here we are going to import the Excel sheet. That's supermarket. Load it. Okay, as we can see, there are many columns here and we want to summarize such table in only 2 columns along with aggregation, not only deleting the not needed columns. No, we need also to aggregate some values. So to do that, we are going to use DAX that will return a table. We may be familiar with DAX that return either measure or calculated columns, but maybe some of us don't know that we have DAX statements that return a table. So how we will create a new table that will be summarized and aggregated with specific value. Let's continue. Going to modeling here, and then creating a new table. So let's call it Noha equal. We are going to use a function called Groupby, and this Groupby function is different from Groupby that we are using in data transformation. We are going to discuss this point at the end of this video. Please stay with us. Okay, so the inputs here, we are going to read the inputs and parameter needed as an input for this function. First, the table name, the original table name, which is supermarket. And then, what's the first column name that you want to consider in aggregation? Let's say it's city. And then, the other column is gender. And maybe also you are interested in payment type. So this will be sufficient for us. You can continue if you want to add more columns, but this is okay for me right now. And then we need to add the name for this new column that will have the result of aggregation. So I will call it n. So n will have the result of aggregation. So what do we need for aggregation here? We are going to use a function called SUMX. Why we are going to use SUMX? Because SUMX will take a table, and this table will refer to the aggregated table, to the summarized table we have inserted in the function here. So we are going to use another function called current group. So this current group will refer to the 3 columns we selected from the bigger table. So again, this will refer to the smaller table that we selected from the bigger one. So current table will bring the 3 columns we selected. And then we can add any expression we want. For example, we want to aggregate the quantity. Here we go, we're done. Now we have a smaller table with only 4 columns, and we can see this table if we are going to use a table visual, and then add the 4 columns in it. The value of n is aggregated based on the columns we selected. So again, we didn't delete the other columns only, but we also aggregated the value we want here, which is quantity, based on the 3 selected column. The question here, what's the difference between this DAX group function and the other data transformation function? Which is better, and the main difference between them? Please let me know your answer in the comments. Thank you.